For Poland Daily News, I'm Phil Goss. Poland's lower house of parliament, the Sejm, conducted a session in secret. MPs were sworn to keep state secrets and were stripped of their mobile phones on entry. The special secret seating was called after state security agencies unveiled an alarming rate of cyber espionage on Polish government officials and members of parliament. Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki submitted a motion to keep the meeting secret. At the morning session of the Sejm, the Speaker, Elżbieta Witek, presented the rules of this session. During the seating, devices that enable recording or transmission of video and sound or provide communication and other devices that enable the disclosure of information were forbidden. Minority Leader Borys Budka, however, demanded the transparent presentation. All you are doing is showing off. You pretend that you care about safety, but indeed this is a scandal that you can't even use email. Majority MP Janusz Kowalski from Solidarity Poland does not understand this attitude. If Borys Budka's account was hacked, I would be the first to defend him because I would consider it an attack on the Polish state. In the same way, I would like Mr. Budka to defend Polish ministers attacked by foreign hackers, by a foreign state. In turn, the opposition had questions to Prime Minister Morawiecki. Due to the secrecy of the meeting, everyone entering the room was searched for electronic devices, briefcases, handbags, or hand luggage that had been banned. Cameras and Wi-Fi were disabled. We left everything behind, including phones, tablets, and probably cufflinks. To me, it's nothing new. As I am on the National Defense Committee, it's standard procedure. And if this sitting of the Sejm is to be kept secret, you just have to submit and not argue. Marek Suski drew attention to the need to convene a closed session to the context of recent cyber attacks. We have a hybrid war in Europe, and Poland is under attack from one of our neighbors who is not necessarily an ally. So these attacks have taken place and will continue. According to unofficial reports, the government was to provide information about the source of the latest cyber attacks to ministers' email boxes, as well as provide information on a new draft act on the national cybersecurity system that has been prepared for several months. Last September, the Polish ombudsman's term expired, and he's due to leave office by mid-July. Both chambers of parliament must elect a successor, but they cannot agree. The Senate has voted out several ombudsman candidates elected by the Sejm's lower house. Will this be the case now? Independent Senator Lidia Staroń, who was elected by the Sejm, awaits a vote in the Senate. The Sejm nominated an independent senator, Lidia Staroń, to the position of ombudsman. Now it's time for Senate confirmation, although it's not entirely clear when the upper house of parliament will deal with the matter. The final decision on the voting date is to be taken on Thursday. The second meeting will be held on Thursday, and then the leadership convention will decide. We are considering several options. Next Friday, June 30th, or July 14th at an additional meeting. According to the senators of the Law and Justice Party, this is another unnecessary delay tactic. We know Mrs. Staroń very well. The candidacy is on the table. It has to be settled, although I do not expect a positive outcome. This is not the first time that Tomasz Grodzki has limited the pace of work on some crucial projects, as was the case with the EU Reconstruction Fund, or with the motion to waive the immunity of the Speaker of the Senate. Polish video game developer CD Projekt's last major release, Cyberpunk 2077, will be back on sale in Sony's PlayStation Store as of June 21st. The game was removed from PlayStation Store in December 2020 after numerous players' complaints regarding the game's quality. CD Projekt shares on the Warsaw Stock Exchange hiked briefly, only to fall later. The saga of CD Projekt continues. In December 2020, the company's valuation virtually exceeded all Polish companies. Hype was driven by the expectation of Cyberpunk 2077, an action role-playing video game featuring Hollywood star Keanu Reeves in one of the major roles. It was CD Projekt's most anticipated game since The Witcher: Wild Hunt. After releasing the game, share prices fell sharply. Great worldwide marketing and enthusiastic reviews did not make up for glitches in the software. The final nail in the coffin came from Sony Interactive Entertainment when they removed the game from their PlayStation platform. The return to the PlayStation platform means that CD Projekt staff have ironed out the issues. Company investors hope share values will rise again. However, as many as 5 mutual funds have positions exceeding 0.5%. According to Bloomberg, the total short position on CD Projekt reached a whopping 15% of shares. Since the coronavirus pandemic is fading, why not consider a trip to Krakow? Before you go, check the real-life problems of the city. Its mayor, Jacek Majchrowski, is accused of negligence at the Wilga pumping station project. The installation was built ahead of schedule, but features plenty of serious issues. Most conveniently, the project documents burned during a fire this winter at the Krakow City Hall. The situation in Krakow is dangerous. The president has a conflict with the company that built the pumping station, and now the city refuses to buy the installation. The area is flooded, and in 2010 there was a flood which caused great losses. In the background we see a fire at the archives in Krakow and the damaged documents. Residents of the Podwawelskie neighborhood have high exposure to flooding. The case with the construction of the pumping station stunk from day one. First, Mayor Majchrowski announced a tender for the construction of a pumping station with the handover of land for the city. It is strange because local authorities take care of these issues. The case is controversial, and despite the passage of time, residents are exposed to floods. The Krakow City Council will not let this matter go. For Poland Daily News, I'm Phil Goss. Good night.